Oh, yeah.
Hi.
There you go.
Perfect.
Am I unmuted? I don't want to be muted.
I'm glad because I didn't want to have to take another drink. No.
So Chlan, tell us about where you got the name Wall Candy Art.
Yeah, so Wall Candy started when my daughters were in elementary school, and I was on the fundraising committee for their school, and I decided that why don't I, because I'm an artist, why don't I do art with the students at the school? So I was thinking about the concept of the fundraiser and decided, hey, why don't I do a single piece with a classroom, a whole classroom? So I'd have like 20, 25 students working on a piece. And anyways, then my theory was that I'd have 20 to 25 parents bidding on it at the fundraiser. So, and in essence, you really had about 5. But anyways, so it went over really well and parents loved it. They loved the idea. And so I've been doing that for, well, quite a few years, about 16 years now, and have raised almost $500,000 for local Calgary schools. And I've had like pieces sell for $10,000 at the auction. So that's been really rewarding. And through that, I started teaching. And so I started my company called Wall Candy, because I thought that would be kind of a fun name to have students come and work with me. Yeah.
It is a fun name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the work is great. I know that you paint on the back of plexi and on the front of plexiglass. So tell us a little bit about the technique. And you can see a couple of the pieces behind you. You use bright colors. The work is super fun. But give us a little insight on how you create it.
Sure. Well, I wanted to have a medium that was different. So that was my first idea when I started working with plexiglass. It was fun to play with. So I started working with it and playing with it. And so I can, because it's clear, I can paint the front of the plexiglass, I can paint the back, I can etch into it. You can light it from behind. You can add the neon. I've been adding neon lately. You can do all kinds of different shapes. So I just really like the fun and the versatility of working with plexi. So anyways, it's just kind of stuck with me. I really like it.
Yeah, and I love that piece behind you with the neon. I think it's so fun and colorful and bright. And are you working on something similar with neon coming up?
Well, I really enjoyed doing that piece. So it's kind of inspired me to do more. So I've been working with getting some new pieces of neon. Like I've been designing the shapes and the style of the neon and the different colors. And so I'm hoping to have some pieces ready for the next show.
Awesome.
Some new pieces, yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. I would encourage the viewers to take a look at Chlan's booth page on RAVE. In fact, I think you really will.
I know, that's my favorite one.
That piece behind her with the neon was only $950. I'm like, this is not very expensive. It's a lot of art for, a very reasonable amount of money. I think your prices are really, really reasonable. So that's good. But you can always make more.
Always make more, for sure.
So last question is, how has the pandemic inspired you in any special way? I don't want to stump you here.
Well, what I find with creativity is that, when you can like shut things down and slow things down, the creativity just kind of pops in there. It just happens naturally. So I'll get an idea and I'll write it down, or I'll take a photo of something that reminds me of what I want to do or how I want to put it into my artwork. So I find that happens when, when I go on vacation or things like that, when the daily day-to-day grind of life slows down, creativity just goes bam, bam. So with the pandemic, boom, everything's shut down. So it's been great that way. I've been, having more time in my studio and more time with, finding creative things and so on, but, miss the human connection, of course.
Right.
So I can't wait for a live show.
Yeah.
Us
Well,
too.
we'll be back to those soon, I hope. They say,
Yes.
at least here in the United States, they should be, everybody, 85% be vaccinated by September. So I'm hoping that holds true.
Yay. Yeah, well, we're hoping for that in Canada too.
Well, it's good to talk to you, Chlan. Say hi to Mike.
Okay, and thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.